Imagine opening your phone in the morning, still half awake, and suddenly your timeline is filled with the same photo. A simple image, no glamorous poses, no grand stage, just a man standing casually near a house. But the internet exploded. Because the man was suspected to be Kim Taehyung, and the house behind him was said to belong to Jeon Jungkook. Instantly, speculation arose. Was this a coincidence or a secret meeting? The photo didn't seem out of the ordinary to the uninitiated. There was no official confirmation of the location, no statement from anyone. But for fans, small details became the subject of major analysis. The shape of the fence, the color of the walls, the angle of the street, even the shade of the trees, all were compared to old photos that had circulated of Jungkook's neighborhood. What made the situation even more intriguing was the timing. While the BTS members were busy with their respective activities, any interaction between them always felt special. Especially when the possibility of them meeting without official publicity arose. Fans immediately asked, was this a moment of friendship deliberately hidden from the public eye? Some believed it was just a coincidence. Taehyung is known for taking casual walks, visiting new places, or simply enjoying the city. So, it's possible he was simply in the same area without any specific purpose. But in the fandom world, coincidences are rarely considered mere coincidences. On the other hand, some believe their relationship has been incredibly close for a long time. Their friendship wasn't something staged for the cameras. Many old moments show how they silently supported each other, backstage glances, chuckles during interviews, or natural teasing. The photo sparked other, more emotional theories. Some said they might have met to have a serious conversation, share stories, or simply spend time as friends without the pressure of public attention. In the busy entertainment industry, simple moments like that can be incredibly precious. Interestingly, there's no evidence that they actually met that day. There are no photos of the two of them. There are no clear witnesses. Only one image of Taehyung at a location believed to be near Jungkook's house. But it's precisely this lack of information that fuels the public imagination. Some fans are warmed by this possibility. They imagine two longtime friends maintaining a connection amidst life's changes. This narrative feels human, that beneath their superstar status, there's still ordinary people who need friends. But others are more skeptical. They warn that unconfirmed assumptions can be misleading. The digital world often creates its own narratives from fragmented facts. What seems obvious isn't necessarily true. This phenomenon demonstrates the powerful influence of a single photo. A single static moment can trigger millions of different interpretations. Everyone sees what they want to see: romance, friendship, or simply geographic coincidence. For some fans, this kind of speculation is part of the fun of fandom. Discussing theories, comparing details, and sharing opinions creates a sense of community. They feel involved in their idols' lives, even if only through a screen. On the other hand, there are questions about privacy. If that really is Jungkook's house, is it appropriate for the location to be publicly analyzed? Celebrities may live in the spotlight, but they are still human beings with personal space. Taehyung himself is known for his mysterious aura. He often shares snippets of his life without extensive explanation, leaving fans to interpret for themselves. This actually reinforces his artistic image. It doesn't always have to be clear to be meaningful. Jungkook, on the other hand, has a different character, more spontaneous but also protective of his personal life. The combination of these two personalities makes every possible interaction between them intriguing to the public. If they truly met secretly, the reason might be simple: friendship. There isn't always a big drama behind a meeting. Sometimes people just want to catch up with old friends, have a laugh, and go home with a lighter heart. But even if they didn't meet at all, the story still shows something important: how much fans care about their relationship. Fans want to believe that the bond remains strong. The internet often magnifies small things into global phenomena. An ordinary photo can become an international trending topic in a matter of hours. This is both the power and the risk of the digital age. What's most fascinating is how collective emotions are formed. Thousands of people simultaneously feel surprise, happiness, or curiosity because of a single image. It's not just news, it's a shared experience. Ultimately, the truth may be far simpler than any theory. Maybe it was just a casual visit. Maybe it was just a coincidence of location. Or maybe there really was a warm encounter we never knew about. And that's precisely the appeal. Little mysteries like these keep the relationship between idol and fan alive. There's always a new story to talk about, always a heart-pounding possibility. So the question isn't whether they're actually meeting secretly. The question is, why do we want them to meet so badly? Because beneath all the speculation, what we really want to see is a real friendship. A connection that endures, even when the world isn't watching. There's also another, less discussed dimension. How public expectations can shape stories that may never even exist. When a famous person walks near a certain location, the public immediately connects them to someone else they know. The human brain tends to look for patterns, especially when those patterns relate to someone we admire. Some fans who have followed their journey for a long time recall the early days when they were together almost every day. They practiced together, slept in the same dorm, and grew up in a stressful environment. These collective memories make every possible encounter now feel like nostalgia relived. In online communities, debates have erupted. Some analyze the time of the post, others search the weather to match the shadows in the photo, and some even compare outfits to other posts. It all shows how small details can mean a lot when emotions are involved. But amid all the speculation, one thing is certain: human relationships don't always need public evidence to be real. Strong friendships often happen far from the camera, without documentation, without announcement. And perhaps that's why many people find this story plausible. It sounds human. This phenomenon also reminds us that fans are not just interested in the work, but also in the stories behind the relationships. They want to see connections, loyalty, and closeness that endure over time. It gives us a sense of hope that true relationships can survive, even in a rapidly changing world. Interestingly, mysteries like this often outlast the obvious facts. If it were one day proven that they never met, perhaps some people would still believe that the meeting had happened. Because what they were looking for wasn't just objective truth, but the warm feeling that arose when imagining it. Ultimately, the photo might be drowned out by other news stories, new trends, and the next story. But the curiosity that arose was a testament to the strong emotional bond between idols and their fans. A simple image managed to make millions of people pause, wonder, and secretly hope that two friends had indeed met, even if only briefly, even if without witnesses.